You guys asked for it, so here it is. The best or the worst of bad movies. Enjoy.
Bad movie idea. Okay, so you got a guy who's overweight and out of shape, but through some superhero movie logic, he is granted super speed. But this doesn't negate the fact that he's still out of shape and overweight. So any super speed running he does is just as difficult as like going for a jog. Like he still has low stamina. This means that while he has super speed, he's only just like scratching the surface of his true potential. So his max speed is like 40 miles per hour, which is still faster than Usain Bolt's record of just over 27 miles per hour, but not like the flash speed of light levels. So instead of training to go faster and like actually lose the weight, he just decides to learn to like catch footballs and becomes a wide receiver. And the name, the widest receiver. Netflix, I want my paycheck in the mail by Monday. Bad movie idea. So it starts like the beginning of Up. It's like this super sad like montage of like this guy and his wife, and the wife dies. And it just leaves this guy distraught. But he's actually a really good scientist and engineer. So instead of trying to move on from his dead wife, he tries to make a robot replica of her, but it's just never quite right. And throughout the entire first half of the movie, he's trying so hard to bring her back artificially. And in each iteration, Robo-Wife gets a little bit closer to the real thing. And finally, after like 30 years of trying, he finally gets it right. But as soon as he finishes his perfect replica of his wife, he dies. Now he has an immortal robot wife with no husband. So the second half of the movie follows the robot wife trying to bring back her husband, using recordings that he left while making her. But right as she's about to do it, she gets taken away by the government because she's like the perfect AI and basically becomes like GLaDOS from Portal. Bad movie idea. It's a space story, like a Star Wars type movie that follows an alien who doesn't speak English but speaks a completely made up alien language. And the entire movie, there aren't any subtitles. You're just supposed to guess what he's saying based on the context. So the alien goes out, has a big space fight, there's cool weapons, and eventually it ends with the alien completing its goal of traveling to another planet. But as an audience member, you don't even know that he had that goal because he's just speaking in a made-up goofy goober language. Like he's just walking around like abupa da beepa booba the entire time, the whole movie. That's all it is. It would be really hard to do right, but I feel like something like this would get an Oscar if it was. Bad movie idea. So it's an Alien or Predator style alien movie, except it's from the perspective of the alien. And the alien is a human. Now before you say this is just Planet 51, did you guys know that this guy was voiced by The Rock? This is a gritty, gory Predator versus Prey type thing. And the human has all this like futuristic alien tech, while the aliens have like 80s era weapons. So it's literally just a human dude just murking aliens left and right. We're led to believe that he's the good guy, like humans are at war with this race of aliens or something. But eventually he gets killed by the aliens, and it's revealed that he was in the wrong the whole time. So the twist is that the whole time he was just like massacring just a completely like innocent planet. And like there'll be like context clues like throughout the film, like so you start to realize like, dang, I don't think this guy's actually the good guy. And in the end, you're eventually like cheering for the alien. It seems that man was the real villain all along. Bad movie idea. So it's the first Avengers movie, but it's from the perspective of the guy that owns the car that Hulk smashed. Like it starts off, he's just going to work, like you learn more and more about him. All the Marvel stuff you see, but it's not really like the forefront. Then boom, New York is under attack, and the movie just turns into like a disaster film. Like this guy is trying to like survive as like buildings get attacked, aliens are flying everywhere, and like there's just this pivotal moment. He's like running, he's going up the stairs, there's a crowd of people, he looks out the window, he sees his car, he's like, this is my escape, this is my chance to get out of the city. And then he just sees Hulk go to town on it. There's no enemies, he's just going Hulk mode on that thing, and this guy's just devastated. Cuts to after the attack, he's just like filing for insurance, and like he just doesn't get a payout because like everybody else had their stuff destroyed. I just think that would be really funny. I mean, they announced like 40 more Marvel movies, so like what's one more? Bad movie idea. It's a superhero team movie, except the catch is that all the superheroes are just barely superheroes. Like you got a guy that's abnormally strong or abnormally fast, a guy that can fly but like at walking pace 4 feet above the ground, a guy that can teleport but only to the same Arby's in Columbus, Ohio. And the whole movie, it's like they're trying to be like a superhero team and stop crimes, but like they're mostly just a hindrance to the police. So they end up starting like a band or a podcast or something, because they're basically just normal guys, but maybe one can can go like invisible for 10 seconds. Bad movie idea. So it's your typical Seth Rogen adult comedy movie about a bunch of stoners partying or whatever. And it starts off normal. You have your college friends. Jonah Hill is there. And they go to a party. Everything plays out normal until the cops show up and our main cast of characters has to run into the woods, where they meet Bigfoot. And rightfully so, everyone starts freaking out. They're like, this is Bigfoot. I didn't think he was real. He's right here. But everything settles down when they offer Squatch some of that Zaza. And as it turns out, he had been growing weed in the forest for decades. This is the plot. That's why he's so elusive, because he's literally just a stoner. So the main cast gets on Bigfoot's good side and he invites them to like a cryptid rager. Mothman's busting it down. You got some like skinwalkers going crazy. When the movie like dies down for a little bit, you get those like heart-to-heart moments. Mothman's just spilling his guts to you. Bigfoot's talking about how he always wanted to be a photographer, but his hands are too shaky. Then call it like Stoner Sasquatch and you're good to go. Bad movie idea. So it's a rom-com with someone who has DID, or it's like a Freaky Friday situation where two people are sharing the same body, but they switch at different times and neither realizes it. And each of these personalities wants a different love interest. So the first one will be talking with the love interest, and then the second will take over, and there'll be like a lot of comedic moments where it's like, I have something to tell you, something I've been feeling for a long time. I am leaving. And the personalities are played by different actors. And like you have the actors that play the personalities be polar opposites. You have like one played by like Kevin Hart and the other by Kevin James. And at the end they like figure out, oh, they've been in the same body the whole time. And there's an M. Night Shyamalan-esque twist where it's revealed that they were actually like Emma Stone the whole time. And you can call it something cheesy like Double Date. Bad movie idea. It's a National Geographic or Animal Planet style nature documentary, but just on a completely fictional creature. This could be like an alien or like an animal on Earth that just isn't natural, like some like psychic little goblin creature, or like a cryptid like Bigfoot, but it's framed like it's just completely real. There's a film crew just in the woods like watching this thing. And it could even be like an analog horror type of thing. It could be like a companion piece to Star Wars. But I think it would be really funny if we got like a full like feature-length 90-minute documentary where the narrator is just BSing the entire thing with random facts on a made-up animal.
Here we see the squingus in its natural habitat. Watch as it uses its grumulon to fend off the bears.
And then you just have the whole thing narrated by David Attenborough.
Bad movie idea. So it's a horror movie where no one ever actually dies. You have your standard slasher cast of teenagers and they keep like hearing things in the distance and going to investigate, but like it turns out it's like, oh, it was just a raccoon at the trash can. Super suspenseful build up and no payoff ever. It'll cut to like an actual killer like going around. You'll think this character is gonna get got by the killer, and then it just cuts back to the character that you thought was gonna die and they're fine. And in the end it's revealed that the killer actually was killing people during the night. It was just a different cast of people, and you'd cast like characters that kind of look like the main cast as like the cast that dies. So the main cast hears about this and is like, dang, that could have been us, man. And then they just go along with their lives like nothing happened. Like they all follow their dreams. They achieve everything they've ever wanted. And it ends with all of them dying after long, successful, and happy lives. Bad movie idea. So it's a mockumentary from the perspective of a killer in a horror movie. But they are just terrible at killing people. The only reason they've never been sent to jail for being a serial killer is that they literally haven't been able to kill anybody yet. Like there'll be scenes like they're blatantly trying to kill someone who's like talking on the phone in a public park. He comes behind, he's ready to stab. The guy just goes whoop, conveniently, coincidentally like dodges every single attempt, and like the killer just gives up and goes home. And he like goes to like a support club with like other famous movie villains. Michael Myers and Jason are like trying to pat him on the back to console him. He goes through like a killer training montage, and in the end he finds that like stereotypical group of teenagers and like goes on a rampage, finally kills them, and it ends with like a dance party for some reason. This was the original concept behind a movie that me and my friends made in 24 hours, but it kind of devolved into being a big Morbius joke, so you can check it out if you want. Making a movie in 24 hours. I met up with my friends in the morning with nothing but a time limit and a dream.
It's a horror movie, POV of the killer, and he's just like really bad at killing. It's like a mockumentary.
I want to be the murderer.
We came up with a rough idea of what our movie was gonna be because we didn't have time for a script.
We're making the new Morbius. We're making Morbius.
So we went straight to filming.
We're getting B-roll. Here's how the scene's gonna go. She's gonna come in and sit down. The person walked by and looked directly at the camera. Hey, yo, Frisbee? Come, yes!
After filming was done, we went to McDonald's to celebrate.
McDonald's!
But even though they were done, I still had to edit the entire night.
I just have to edit everything. I'm already very tired, and I don't plan on sleeping tonight. Just hit 6 a.m., and I think we're done. That means we actually did it faster than 24 hours.
With the movie complete and my sanity draining, I held a premiere event, and it was a smash hit. Yeah! If you want to see more of the movie as well as some more behind the scenes, are on my YouTube channel.